say
Top Billin. All right, Top Billin back again, and not a moment too soon, because guess what? You guys asked for it. You've been talking about Drew Lock, even on a thing, right, where I'm just compartmentalizing. I'm focusing on one game at a time. I don't care what happened 20 years in the past. I don't care what happens 20 years in the future. When I do these things right here, I'm doing them based on the individual game and seeing what I see. So you had a whole bunch of people on that Geno Smith content where obviously he was the only one that played that's in the quarterback competition legitimately. So I did it on him, and I remarked that, man, a lot of the mistakes or a lot of the reasons why they weren't moving the ball, it wasn't on him at all. They still could not take their medicine even when shown the shit. A lot of the same shit happened to Geno again, but guess what? I'll digress on that one, maybe come back to it here. But let's get on your man Drew Lock, because you guys have been wanting some Drew Lock, and you got Drew Lock. The thing that I see with Drew Lock is I don't think he processes very well. And this is nothing new. Drew Lock is not new to me. He's new to you guys, right? So you got Drew Lock, and all of a sudden you're a big Drew Lock fan. You weren't a Drew Lock fan before when he was with a different team. So you got to think about it like that. I'm a neutral observer. I don't give a shit who starts for the Seahawks. The Seahawks are not my team. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys this. It's like 50 first dates. I am not a Seattle Seahawks fan. I am a professional football analyst, and I am covering your team at the request of you guys a couple of years ago, right? So we've been doing it, having a good time doing the content, but let's not forget about that, or let's not forget that I am a neutral observer here, just diagramming and dissecting what I see here. So your man Drew Lock on this slant-flat combination here, you can really see. Now, I won't totally blame this on him. I'll look at it objectively here, and it looks like maybe the pocket collapsed on him a little bit, but I'm not sure what's going on right here. To me, it's usually like a tick too late with him. If you notice, he'll wait for it to come by, right? And people talking about Geno Smith staring down a 4th and 2 or something like that, where it was a quick slant. People will make up anything where they don't like somebody, but Drew Lock literally stares down everything. Look at that. He goes right to this right here, right? You can see the underneath defenders. He's watching Drew Lock right there. Right, so this is a little bit different. It's 2nd and 9. They can take a little bit more chances, rush the passer. You don't got to rush the passer on a 4th and 2 or 3rd and 2 or whatever it was like that. You could just put your hands up. But this one, they rush the passer. And to me, he almost throws a pick right here. He was actually lucky the pass was errant or something like that. I'm not sure. He couldn't step into it or whatever like that. That was probably picked off. This man could have thrown like 5 or 6 picks in this game. Now, he had some throws that were very good as well, but a lot of his throws to me looks like he could run a college offense. It has to be a throw to the middle of the field where somebody's an in-breaking route. He can show off a little bit of his arm strength, or a deep ball. If you have to have this man chain through progressions and move the team down the field, every time he was dropping back the pass, I was scared. And this was against a whole bunch of Chipotle University cats again. Tire rotation specialist at Chipotle University of burritos and tires. Now on this one right here, down the distance situational football, 3rd and 9, you can already see these guys in off-man coverage, which means they have squatters' rights. Off-man coverage, and you're able to see a lot of their eyes. They're looking at you. If you're Drew Lock, you know this, they're looking at you. So that means you know that you're going to be throwing stick routes. So you got cats just coming, running to the sticks or whatever like that. If you're going to go with this, you got to be extremely early with that. You can't be a tick too late coming when someone has squatters' rights and they can play aggressively on everything that's in front of them. That's just situational football. So he comes out right here, mad late, picked off. That's my boy Izzy Mukuamu from South Carolina. I did a film study on him maybe a couple of times when he was in South Carolina there. He's a good football player. But you see right here, Izzy's with the squatters' rights. He immediately goes to the sticks. This ball, actually, let's move it right here so you can see the timing of it. So you got Mukuamu right here, right? He's just he's in a couple of rocker steps right there. He doesn't even have to move far. He can keep it in front of him there because he knows that you're pretty limited on a 3rd and 9 where you want to go with this. And look at this. This ball should have already been out while he's turning around if you want to give him a chance to at least get the ball and maybe break a tackle or something like that. But you can't wait till you see his numbers with somebody who has squatters' rights. You're just giving them the pass. That's just too easy right there. All right, so we got play action shots here. This is dope from Drew Lock. I know you guys are infatuated with the deep ball, covering the team there with the previous starter who shall remain nameless, right? The previous starter, the artist formerly known as the previous starter in Seattle. You guys loved it when they would go deep with them rocket launchers and all that. But as you can see, 90% of the playbook, especially in the Shane Waldron system, and I'm going to say this about Shane Waldron. I'm not so sure I like Shane Waldron, to be honest with you. How many times you going to run the ball on first down? It feels like at least 90% of the time they run the ball on first down. And then he's hoping to get a situation like this. You get a 2nd and 1. I think DJ Dallas with the first down run here, so you can run with the play action shots here. So you get that back to the basket play action fake. Penny Hart here does a good job, and Drew Lock throws a very good deep ball. All right, back to the basket play action fake. Nothing to do here. Just let it go. And hell of a throw right there. No doubt about that. Right, favorable. I don't know. I must have missed something. How were they already on the 40 or the 35-yard line or whatever like that after one play? I thought they were about to punt the ball, but I'm not sure how they got this close. But it was favorable for Drew Lock. Sometimes it's good to be lucky. So he got to start with this. And one throw after that first series, you get to see him right here doing what he does best, probably at this particular point in time in his career. Going vert, touchdown. The ability to steer. If you see it, can you get it there? Drew Lock's innate accuracy, or maybe, I'm not sure, lack thereof, it's just like little things like this that I notice when I'm sitting there dissecting him. Like, if you got a pass like this, you're giving it to the running back, right? You're lucky it's Travis Homer, who is just a complete football player, an animal. But Drew Lock right here, you probably want to put that ball out in front of a running back or anyone, period, right? If you're throwing an accurate pass there. But just something like this, man, throwing it behind Travis Homer, he has the turn, contort his body, but he's a good football player, man. You can give him the rock anywhere, man, and he'll get that bad boy. Same kind of deal right here on this fade pass to Penny Hart. You got Hart right here. Now, look, when he breaks this, you want to get that ball high into the outside to where you give him a chance to get the ball where the cornerback doesn't have a chance to recover with it. But if you can see here, Hart has to actually stop and then kind of play jump ball with the cornerback when he was initially beat. You see right there? I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to help nobody out. Like I said before, I don't have no dog in the fight here. I literally started a QB series because I said that you guys' franchise quarterback is in college right now. So I would go through 6-7 guys because you have a pick of the litter, and Seattle did a great job of being able to get draft capital in a draft that is going to be extremely thick at all positions, but definitely at the quarterback position. And somebody was telling me, like, man, just come on, man. Who would you want to have start? And I said, I don't give a shit. 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Both of these guys are career backups to me. It does not matter. Your guy is in the future. But the guys all around him, you can build up right now, get some of these young guys. And when you plug in your young quarterback, you already have a complete team. But I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like Drew Lock is good. I tried to tell y'all this shit before. Y'all are just being fans. If Drew Lock went to San Francisco and was called the savior of San Francisco, you guys would have laughed. But since he's in Seattle, you try to make chicken salad out of chicken shit or whatever like that, right? That's not to say that Drew Lock can't get better. This is just one preseason game. I'm just calling it like I see it here. He could go out and have a fantastic year. We don't know that. But you don't have any type of track record to be saying that this guy is some of the stuff that I've seen here on the channel with people with the superlatives for Drew Lock. All right, here we go again with a sharp slant. Now, I told you guys before, if you're able to do your pre-snap recognition and you determine where the ball is going to go and it's going to be cut and dry, you don't have to chain through all your progressions. Like, some of you guys know just enough to be dangerous out there. So this is a pretty much a cut and dry read here. He just needs it to be caught. And so he's able to stare this down and bang. That's pretty good right there, right? On first down. Finally a throw on first down. Him right here on the pull. Decent mechanics right there. Maybe hold the ball a little higher, but I'm pretty sure he has strong enough hands right there. He has really a classic release. This one right here, though, you can tell just for the throwing lane, he kind of changed his arm sliding and got it through there. Nobody stopping in the middle, really getting their arms up. Both guys are on the edge here, so he's able to get it through there. Even though he telegraphed it, it's money. Cha-ching. Here's where Drew Lock can shine. Spread offense, 10 personnel, getting the ball out, right? Flooding the field and stuff like that. Very much like it was at Missouri. See him with the deep dig, being able to step up in the pocket, show off their arm strength. That's hard. That's hard. See right here on this one, he's able to work right to left. You see that the stick route where he originally wanted to go there was able to open up this particular route right here, this dig route with everybody. So it's like a short to deep type scenario there. Step up in the pocket, lanes clear. If he can see it, then he can steer it there. But even the throw, though, if you look at it right here, now that I look at it, looks like it's a little bit, yeah, it's definitely behind him. Y'all would get on Geno Smith for that. You know you would. Be real about the situation. But it's a good throw, though. Good decision there. But this next one, this is some extreme rookie type mistake. Now, you're going to get this guy on a press and float. He's going to bump, and you would think that his responsibilities would take him down the field, which they should. But he has eyes on Lock, who is staring it down here, looking like he wants to hit Hart here on this stop route. So he's able to float underneath that instead of going downfield. If Lock could see it, right, he probably wouldn't get hit with the same type of coverage again. Because if he saw this and he pumped it and then went to the outside, he probably has himself a touchdown. We can see it right here on the pull. Drew Lock just looking it, and he just throws it right to him because he predetermined where he wanted to go with this throw. He thought he already knew the coverage. This is one that you want to chain through your progressions and make sure you understand what the coverage is. So you see right here, press and float. Now you see him floating here. He understands Swain's perhaps going upfield, but he can see that this route start to develop here because he can tell Drew Lock right here probably on like a 3-step drop. So the ball's going to come out a little bit quicker than it would if he was going down the field. So he at least took that chance. He was floating and then just jumped in front of the throwing lanes. And even if he was going to this route right here, it's late. You know what I'm saying? He has to almost see the numbers before he starts to throw it. This is extremely late. And you can see right here, Swain was by himself. He could have hit that. Swain probably still running right now. I'm not sure if the dam broke and he was losing confidence, but then it just became a comedy of errors. We see right here, this one looks like he doesn't even put his, like, any type of mechanical movement into it. He kind of just, let me see if he steps into this. He barely steps into it. Look at that front foot right here. He kind of short arms this bad boy. It's late, and once again, it's almost picked off. This is how you get somebody killed. More Swain, please. It wouldn't have been no more Swain, please, if this were a regular season game or if this were, like Michael Irvin said on the telecast. He was brilliant, too. He said Scott Case wouldn't let somebody get away with that. You throwing a seam route in the coverage. Look at this out right here. Swain right there. I know Swain can see this, right? You got look like you got a curl, seam, probably some type of bang 8 right there. And you do not want to throw that seam route. You have somebody, thank God that this didn't happen the way it could have happened right there. This dude right here could have absolutely taxidermied more Swain, please, right here. But Swain was actually lucky the pass was high. So he jumped, and there was no collision to be made right there because the guy was going for the pass and almost got it too. Oh, dang, I didn't even notice that. He almost picked that off. But if the pass was down and accurate, your man Swain would have been on someone's wall as taxidermy. he would have been sent to the upper room with Jesus. Splatter whack. All right, so this wasn't a good throw, but if you're being fair about it, this result shouldn't have happened. You got to catch this pass, man. Bad throw, but come on. You can't. This is terrible. This is terrible, man. It's like the Three Stooges or something like that. Or was that the Billy Hill show or Benny Hinn or whatever his name was? The ball is low and away, even though my man is wide open. Absolutely wide open. And no, I had some dumbass before, right? This was almost like the Geno Smith thing. He said, oh, the guy is going to be coming and he's going to knock him out. I'm like, dude, the man can't travel faster than the ball. Like, come on, man. You got to play some football for once in your life. Like, be for real about it. But still, this, my friend, was a low and away pass here. He had enough time to where he could have delivered an accurate pass. But I still think you got to catch that, man. It's the NFL. I feel like Tyler Lockett catches that. I feel like Doug Baldwin catches that. DK Metcalf, guys like that, they're gonna make these plays. So you put that on your man Drew Lock, but yeah, he got to help your guy out as well there. But listen, man, so that's ask and you shall receive, right? Geno Smith. Now, Geno Smith just may be a safer bet for you guys. It depends on the style of football that you want to play. I don't think Geno Smith is going to be a turnover machine. He played last year, had 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 100-something rating, and nobody talks about that. They just talk about like quarterbacks win entire games. Complete teams win games, my man. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys that. So I think if you're trying to run the ball, play solid defense, limit turnovers, ball control and stuff like that, Geno Smith is the guy. If you're fine with turnovers, but you may get some explosive plays as well, you want to play that kind of you want to play that risque offense type stuff, man, then roll with Drew Lock. To be honest, if I'm making a decision, I would probably still just roll with Drew Lock. He's not the answer, I don't believe, but hey, he's a younger cat. You just never know. Maybe you catch lightning in a bottle, or I don't know. If you're being realistic about the situation, I don't think a guy like Geno Smith is going to lead anybody to the Super Bowl. So if you're being realistic about it, like I try to tell you guys to do, weren't going to the Super Bowl even with that quarterback that you had previously. I just don't feel like the team was built as presently constructed as it was with him to go to the Super Bowl. You needed those assets that you got for him, but I can see the team actually coming together with a ton of talent that'll make it really quick for them to be able to flip and then get themselves a really good team to build around, or a team that's already built around a young signal caller. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. I don't give a shit one way or another. Not my team. My fandom begins and ends in the mid-Atlantic, specifically D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. So you guys already know what time it is with that. Salute to Philadelphia, of course, Jersey, and New York, to all my mid-Atlantic folk. All right. But it's your boy, Mid-Atlantic Murf, a.k.a. the Underground King. Let me know what you think about your boy Drew Lock's day. All right? Now, this one probably was a little bit of his fault. All right? Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.